So in this video of figure drawing dynamic poses, I have 3 poses that we'll be working on. Now for this pose, I chose because she's sitting down, has her foot that's towards the camera, and I wanted to kind of show that to show a little more foreshortening in the legs and the knees. So I'm starting out drawing the circle for the head, and I drew like a kind of like a circle on the side to kind of show the head tilted to the side, and also a circle under the neck that shows that the head is tilted up. Now I'm also creating a circle for the chest area and a circle for the waist. And I'm kind of adding a rib cage, but I'm kind of just um, adding in a bunch of circles where certain points are. It's kind of a way for me to easily draw and focus on those foreshortened areas. So you see I added the circle for the knee, and I'm kind of just adding the shape on top of that. I'm just creating those overlapping shapes. And so right now I'm adding in the cylinder for the um, calves of the leg. It's connected to the foot. So I'm drawing that foot in there. And the foot is the largest part of the image. So I'm getting all the focus on that bottom of the heel. Darkening the lines, roughing in the shape quickly. Not really focusing on detail, just throwing it in fast, worrying about the big shapes, trying to drop it in as fast as possible to get that desired pose for using, for creating this actual drawing or your own character. And see, I drew in a knee to try to line it up to where the reference is. That way I can measure out how far the knee is to the shoulder and add in the cylinder after that. And now I'm working on that foot. Dropping the bottom, darkening the line. I'm connecting the cylinder, even though you can't really see it, to the top of the leg. I'm dropping in the cylinder for the arm. Can't see too much, so I'm just dropping in like a little quick line. And it's kind of like a quick pose. It was done pretty fast. You're just using shapes to break everything down to see how everything is placed. That way you can use it to create your own pose or something else. So right now I'm just darkening everything up. Now for this one, similar image. Her foot is the most focal point of the image, but she's sitting all the way down. Her leg is stretched out. And so I start out the same way as the last one. Circle for the head, circle on the side, or like a little oval on the side to kind of show that the head is tilted to the side. And a cylinder for the neck. Circle for the chest area. And circle for the waist. It's kind of like a quick way to drop the pose down real fast. Just 3 circles. Circle for the head, circle for the chest, circle for the waist. And you can add you get the lines on the side if you want, to show those twists in the body. It all depends on the image, or not the image, but the way the pose is positioned and the way it's twisted. And I'm adding in the circle where the knee is, again, like I did before. That way you can kind of see where to measure everything out. And now I'm adding in that cylinder, connecting it to that knee to show the slight foreshortening in the leg. Connecting the cylinder for the arm. It's pretty straightforward since the arm is going straight down. Now I drew that circle for the knee. That way I can kind of see how far I'm going to have that arm stretch out past that knee. Now I'm working on the leg, adding that cylinder. Working in the foot. The foot is pretty easy since you're just throwing down a really big shape. Like those lines. Just looking for all the big shapes. Dropping all the big shapes, and you can get the pose down pretty fast, quickly. You see the leg is already done. Now connecting that leg to the circle where the knee is. Adding in that cylinder for the calf muscle, working under there. Now I'm adding in the arm. Now I already know where the knee is, so I know where to place that arm on top of the knee. Adding in the little hand. I'm going back to where the foot is. I know the foot is on the bottom, right by the waist area. Darkening the arm a little bit. I'm just working those fingers. And like I mentioned before, the 3-cylinder method for the fingers. I mean, it depends. I mean, if the fingers are straight out, you can just draw the fingers straight out. But if the fingers are, bent or doing something, then you can follow the 3-cylinder method for doing that. And my typical method for that is, drawing the tips first and then working my way back to the palm. That's my easy method for drawing hands. And right now I'm just darkening some of the lines up. That way my eyes isn't too confused. Getting those lines in there. Working that bottom part of the leg. Now with this pose, the hand is the focal point towards the camera. And I'm going to start out the same way as I had before with the circle for the head. And usually the circle for the head is usually how I would start the pose out, whether it's a circle for the head, box for the head. It's usually the head first. And on some occasion, I may do the body first, like the torso area and waist first before the head. It depends on how the pose looks, the position of the pose. And sometimes I may draw the hand first. I mean, it depends, because this is a construction phase. So anything you do on this phase won't even matter, because you're going to erase it, go over it, and add in those details for whatever character you're trying to make. That's right. I'm adding in the shoulder, circle for the shoulder, right where the bottom of that chin, adding the cylinder for the arm. I'm just slowly working in the arm, working all the way towards that hand. I'm darkening the area up a little bit, connecting some of the lines on the sides to kind of show that curve. Dropping in the quick lines for the legs. Not focusing on it too much, just kind of just threw it in there just because the leg is there. So you just threw it in there because it's part of the reference. Now I'm working the hand. And my usual method, circle for the knuckles, working in the thumb, trying to get all those shapes in there. Get the thumb with a bend in the thumb. I'm working in that finger. And where the finger, I'm kind of just drawing it straight up, because the finger is straight up. You don't really have to focus too much on doing it the cylinder method. I mean, I do break it up after it's done, but like I mentioned before, when the fingers are straight out, you can kind of just draw it straight out and separate it later. Getting that other finger in there. Now this finger, I follow the cylinder method a little bit just because the finger is a little retracted or bent. Darkening the finger up. Now I'm separating it. Adding those lines. Trying to find every bit of slight detail I can to make it easier for, using it as a reference for going over and drawing something different. Because you can either erase this, or you can just take it and put it under a light table and go over it to create multiple images, but it's all up to you. Now I'm working in the hand on the right side. And like I said, I mean, if you're drawing a pose, you have to draw the hands out. The best way to practice with hands is to draw the hands out also, as well as the pose. That way you can get the best of both worlds. You can practice getting the pose done, and you can also practice getting your hands in as well. So I'm working in the fingers, and this one I am doing the 3-cylinder method for the fingers, since her hand is kind of like it's straight but kind of bent a little bit. So I want to kind of show that when I'm drawing, as I'm drawing it. So I'm separating each of the fingers by drawing the tip first and work my way back to the palm, like I mentioned before, to get that hand looking close to how the reference looked, regardless of whatever changes you're going to make when you add details to it. But that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hype it up, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment for any other posts you want to see. And take care.